Hey, y'all, listen, happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday. I'm glad to see y'all in the building. Listen, hit the like button, okay? Hit the like button, help the diva out. Listen, I am edging. I am like almost tapping at the door of 40K. So if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. The diva needs you. I'm knocking at that door of 40K. So help the diva out. If you're not a subscriber and you've been thinking about subscribing, subscribe, okay? Subscribe and let the people know that the diva be in the building doing trending topics Monday through Friday, okay? So hit that like button, help the diva out, help my videos get pushed along. I appreciate y'all and I thank y'all for spending time with me no matter what day you spend time with me. I'm glad to see y'all in the building. Thanks for being in the building and thanks for being here with me. So listen, it's trending topics. It's Monday night, okay? And listen, we got stuff to talk about. The title is called Bad Behavior. Bad behavior. A 6-year-old. Now listen, I'm not here. Y'all know me. If y'all know me long enough, y'all know me. I don't judge nobody. But if you homeless and now they want to change your name, they call it houseless. But I mean, it's all the same thing. If you are without a home, a place to close the door and lay your head at night and sleep, you don't have no business on the face of this earth having a pet in that situation too. Family was homeless, living in the forest. It was a mother, her boyfriend, and her 6-year-old daughter. And they had a dog. I thought, I was like, okay, sometimes I'm like, I don't catch stuff. Y'all help me out. Y'all be like, Diva, no, you didn't catch this. You didn't catch that. So I had to look at it a couple more times. Debbie Flowers, thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate you. So I had to look. I had to say to myself, what's going on here? They homeless and they got a dog. So the mother and the boyfriend, they decide to go charge their phones or whatever they're going to do. They leave the little girl and the dog alone. Let me tell you something. But listen, you can't go by me. I'm crazy. And I never, ever say to anybody that I'm mother of the year, I'm this, I'm that. No, we all make mistakes. But I would barely ever, when my kid was young, leave him in the house alone. He at college and I still be like, you good? Where you going? What you doing? What's going on? They left the 6-year-old in the forest, whatever, by herself. She wanders off, but look at her. She's smart. They left her alone, but she didn't leave the dog alone. She took the dog with her. Holler at this 6-year-old. She took the dog with her. She wanders off. Some people see her. They call the cops. They get her some underclothes because she had no underclothes on. Now the parents are arrested and they give some ridiculous excuse as to why she was here, there, and everywhere and what's going on. And the girl don't even go to school. Bad behavior. If you know you homeless, you go to a shelter, and if they can't take you in, I don't know, you beg, you scream, you holler for somebody to take your kid in. But now all of a sudden, I don't get this either. When she got taken into custody, now all of a sudden the grandparents, they could take care of her. It's messy, but we're going to talk about it. Then we got Damon Wayans. Listen, he's from my time. That show in Living Color, and you know what? They can't have too many shows like this these days because everybody is so sensitive. The stuff they said on that in Living Color, if that show was out now, it would be canceled. People would be fired. People would be suing. That's back when you could still have fun and say a little something. Everybody just laugh. Now a comedian can't even be a comedian because they be like, oh, you hate black people. Oh, you hate this. Oh, you hate that. No, it was a joke. And that in Living Color, they did so many sensitive jokes. Come on now, 2 snaps and a twist, honey. They did a lot of insensitive jokes, but it was funny. They couldn't do it now, but either way, that family is big. But I don't care how big your family is. If you find that the only person on this earth is for you to date your sister ex, your brother's ex, your cousin ex, your nephew's ex, it's team too much. He went on Clutch Shay Shay, sat on the chair with Shannon Sharp, and he said, yeah, you know what? Shout out to Shannon Sharp because he get the people to be confessing and telling stuff. He said, yeah, I dated my nephew's ex. He said it didn't matter. My nephew wasn't in love with her anyway. My nephew said, go ahead, that's all you. Huh? And he said, you got to see her. She's gorgeous. I don't know what the world come to. You know, as an auntie, I take my role very seriously. And no, I will not be dating any of my niece's exes. Let's talk about that's team too much. But like I said, bad behavior, we're going to talk about it. Then we got this sports scandal. You know what I'll never understand? Why people piss where they work. I don't care what goes down with you. Don't mess up your money. And don't let people make you think like money is so evil. We need money to eat, work, live. How you going to pay your rent if you don't got a job? How you going to eat? How you going to feed your kids? How you going to lend a helping hand when you need to if you don't have no money? You can't even help yourself. I'm trying to figure out where they do that at. This man, and you know what? Everybody, because I guess the story so in our face with Diddy, everybody think, oh, he's a monster, he's disgusting, he's nasty, he's a sex addict. A lot of these everyday people and other people are too. I just didn't do the story, but I promise you the story's out there. You could Google it. This man on the job, a construction job, had on his uniform and everything. He decided to step to the side and pleasure himself while he was at work. If you needed to do it that bad, why not go to a bathroom in private? So his 15-minute break, he decided to pleasure himself. There's a lot of addictions out here, and it's bad. So this sports guy, general manager, he on Snapchat, because I guess you can send a message and after a certain time it'll disappear. He was sending the ladies that he liked pictures of his private area. And they found out, the job found out, that this was going on and everybody wanted to sue and all that was happening. But he beat them to the punch. He resigned before they could fire him. But when you a grown man who has worked their way up to a top level position, and the best you got is to use your phone and take a picture of your private part and then you send it. I mean, come on. I'm telling you right now, you're not going to see, unless somebody snuck and took it. I mean, you will not see no pictures of diva body parts in these streets. I remember Mariah Carey has some song talking about secret rendezvous. If I catch you with cameras up in here, she coming after you. And I'm paraphrasing. Don't play with me in this phone and no pictures. Having me no pictures with my body parts showing. And no, I will not take a picture of the neck down. So you really won't know who I'm not doing all that. We're not doing that. People watch what you send and who you send it to on the phone, because it will come back to haunt you. A good job. And now your name is Mud, because you want to go around and be sending your private parts to people that didn't want it. Where's he going to work at again? But then again, he's a man. You know what? They forgive men quicker than they forgive any female. Yes, they do. You know, just like Eric Adams. They come on now, Best IBK, them funky body private parts. I don't want no picture. You know, just like, you know, Eric Adams, a case dismissed. But there's a lot of people that caught strays being connected to Eric Adams, and they still got to face their day in court. That's why, listen, don't do no crime. The ringleader will be in the streets and you'll be behind bars talking about woulda, coulda, shoulda. There's a ton of people who were under Eric Adams or working directly with him, and they still caught up in a rapture. And he running around free, arrogant as he want to be, talking about he's running independent for mayor again. Sir, go sit down somewhere. Please. And thank you. But that's what men get away with. Their bad behavior is overlooked. And our bad behavior is put in the spotlight, and we got the scarlet letter on our back forever. When I say you gotta act like a lady, you gotta act like a lady your whole life. Come on now, Marion. Yeah, and she still, I saw her Instagram the other day. She's still crying. Respectfully, I'm saying this. She's still not right. But you got the football player who knocked his girlfriend out on the elevator. He good right now. He good. She made one mistake. One moment in time can change your life for the better or the worse, just like that. One mistake. So the title, people, is bad behavior. Okay, bad behavior. Oh, you know who I thought y'all was talking about with that Marion Barry? I'm thinking of the athlete. Her name is, I thought that was her name, but I'm thinking of the athlete, the Olympic runner who took the steroids but said she didn't, but then they found out she did. They rolled her up underneath the bus, and she still ain't recovered to this day. So listen, y'all know what time it is. I need a what in the chat. I need a thank you, Marion Jones. Thank you, Too Good to Leave Me Now. You always help a sister out. Increase matters. Thank you. Listen, y'all know what I need in the chat. I need a what? I need a choo-choo. Hold aboard, everybody. It is Monday Night Trending Topics, and we got stuff to talk about. The title is called Bad Behavior. We got the parents leaving a 6-year-old and the dog alone. We got Damon Wayans talking about, you know, it's okay. I'm dating my nephew's ex-girlfriend. He ain't love her anyway. And we got the sports scandal. Let me go ahead and bring the people on in the building. Hey, Julius. Hey, Felicia.
Hey, y'all. Hit the like button.
Hey, Wayne. Hey, Katrina. Hey, my
Hey.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and roll into this first story. I would never, ever, ever, even if it's my good girlfriend, I would never even date their exes. Okay? I don't even be in the faces of my friends' spouses and significant others like that. No, you stay away from the people you care about, know about, their exes. But not according to Damon. He said it was all good. He was lonely. He was divorced for 2 years. And you know, this girl came up. He saw her. And he said it was love at first sight. Good gosh. Not love at first sight. But that's what he said. So Damon Wayans. Hold on one second. I got to spin that over. Damon Wayans. I fell head over heels in love with my nephew's ex-girlfriend. Nothing's off limits for Damon Wayans, not even his nephew's ex-girlfriend, because he just openly admitted falling in love with her, and years later, he's not sorry about it. Okay, let me see. There we go. Hold on. Let's take a listen.
It be true that you. Hold on. That can't be true. That you dated the same woman as your nephew once.
Yeah. I was in love with her. That's the thing. Come on, you ain't never did.
Hell no, I ain't never did
the
that.
Jackson 5.
No. that's. I mean, for a family member, that's off limits, Damon.
No, but it wasn't like they were in love.
So he dated her.
Do you know how small the pool is out here in Cali?
Yes.
The dating pool, like, and this was probably what 2000, 2001, 2.
Did you know her originally? Did she know originally that?
Yes, when I met her. So I got divorced, and I was by myself for 2 years.
Right.
Right. And then I saw her, and I was just like, oh my God, I'm in love. And I found out my nephew had dated. I'm like, what's up with that? He goes, oh, that's you. I was like, okay, pass the Cavassier. Let's go.
I'm drinking that now.
Yeah. And I went ahead and I fell in love. And it was okay. But it's just.
They clowned you, didn't they?
Yeah, family gatherings is awkward.
Yeah. I don't know about that one, Dave. I would just have to let her go.
Nah, you see it, you understand.
Well, Diddy did it right, because didn't Lori Harvey date his son first and then him? This is so messy, man. Sometimes can be messy. Nothing's off limits for Damon Wayans, not even his nephew's ex-girlfriend, because he just openly admitted falling in love with her, and years later, he's not sorry about it. On Shannon Sharp Club Shay Shay podcast, the host laid down the rule: no exes or family members, but Damien couldn't care less, saying his nephew was never in love with the unnamed woman, but he definitely was. Damon Wayans said he met the woman in 2001 after his divorce from Lisa Thorner, fell in love at first sight, and only later found out she dated his nephew, something he casually chalked up to the slim California dating pool. Now, she knew that she dated the nephew, so why she didn't tell him up front? Messy. He did have a talk with his nephew before diving into anything serious with the woman, hilariously recalling, I'm like, what's up? And he's like, that's you. And I'm like, okay, pass the Cavassier. Let's go. And I went ahead and I fell in love, and it was okay. Still, it did result in some fallout in family dynamics. Damon explained group gatherings are now awkward at best. No doubt, it would be hella interesting to be a fly on that wall. Considering the size of the Wayans family, though, perhaps an incident like this was bound to happen sooner or later. It happened in the Jacksons family. Julius, your thoughts?
One thing I could say, Shannon Sharp gonna get that tea, honey, okay? He gonna get that tea. But look here. Let me make this clear, okay? I ain't dating none of my niece's men, okay? I'm gonna find me my own king, okay? But I have a requirement. He has to be doing something for himself first. We ain't sharing nothing. None of that. No, ma'am. We not doing that. And of course, family gatherings are now awkward. You think your nephew wasn't feeling some type of way? Come on now, bruh. He used to, like Marvin Gaye said, let's get it on. They used to get it on. Like, of course he gonna be feeling some type of way. What you expect? Like, you his uncle, someone who he respects. Like, keep it real. Yeah, so of course now he gonna, like, be awkward with you. Like, damn, dang, is my uncle gonna fall in love with this girl who I'm like talking to? Cause let history repeat itself. Shoot, like no, not at all.
Thank you, Julius. Felicia, your thoughts?
Hey, happy Monday. And hopefully Diva's going to hit that 40,000 today. That'll be great. Okay. I'm kind of in between here because I there's something missing. Is he still with this woman?
That I couldn't figure out.
Okay. And he said the nephew said it wasn't nothing serious. They dated for a little bit. And when Shannon said, "Oh, I don't think I can do that," he said, "Oh, you haven't seen her." So I'm extracting from that he fell in love with how she looks. Am I off here? And as long as she keeps looking like that, she's good. And if they're not together anymore, it's because she stopped looking like that. And I think Damon doesn't have much else to tell us. So he wanted to put that out there. Now I'm going to remain consistent. No, I would not probably date a family member's ex in any way. But I did have a boyfriend once who had a really good friend that was really fine. And I dated him. Yeah, I did. It was all good. Okay.
Whoo, Katrina, your thoughts?
Lisa, you Jezebel. No, I'm just kidding. I actually, if he'd never seen her with his nephew, and he was dating, like you said, she knew, but he didn't know. And once his nephew was like, well, ain't nothing happened between me and her. It wasn't no sparks there. And, they had the sparks. So, I mean, I wouldn't date nobody that went with my relatives. I ain't finna do no sharing. But if he didn't know, and she didn't have a problem with it, her family didn't have no problem with it, the nephew didn't have no problem with it. That's how they do it in Hollywood. They go with the mamas and the sister. That's just something they do out there. And if they ain't hurt nobody, he didn't take him away. He didn't take him away from his nephew. You know what I'm saying? She was a free agent, just like he was. So I can't, hold him accountable for that if that's what they did. But me, myself, personally, I don't want to date nobody that had anything to do with my family. That's just me. But the circumstances are different. It wasn't like he went and broke up his nephew relationship and took him away. Because look at Morgan Freeman. Did he marry his step granddaughter? I mean, these people, look at Woody. What is his name? Woody Allen. Didn't he leave his wife for his stepdaughter? I mean, adopted daughter. They just do weird stuff in Hollywood. But I really don't see nothing wrong with that. But me personally, I wouldn't have went that way. Somebody went with my nephew or my niece or whatsoever. But by them not having no relation, and the nephew didn't see anything wrong with it. And they wasn't dating at the time. I that's just me. But to each his own. That's all I got, Diva.
Wayne, your thoughts?
I don't see anything wrong with it. If she was age appropriate, I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, it wasn't blood. I mean, if they were really in love, and I don't get it. He didn't know. So if he fell in love with this woman and then found out his nephew dated her, he's supposed to turn the love off just like that. I don't see nothing wrong with it. Ain't no blood. It ain't first cousin, second cousin. It ain't in third cousin removed or whatever. And the nephew didn't have no problem with it. Evidently, she didn't have a problem with it. So ain't nothing wrong with that.
Savannah, your thoughts? Are you going to save us tonight, Savannah? What's your thoughts, Savannah?
Diva, pull the train over and let me off, because I don't know who none of these people are. What in the heck?
No, we can't let you out. We can't let you out, Savannah, because we going in the curb.
Hold on
We in
now.
the curb.
Hold
We
on
can't
now.
let her.
Who's the emergency brake? I know that's right. Go ahead, Savannah.
I'm saying this man here, this woman has to be the age of a daughter or a niece, or this is an old a man, I mean, who should know better. And he was just looking at her for lust. This wasn't anything for any type of relationship. And shame on her. She should have also realized that she had ties to a nephew here, and now she's going with an uncle, and they're all supposed to just be swapping and intermingling. No. Woody Allen was decrepit for what he did. That was sick in its own world. Morgan Freeman, that's also absolutely not. I don't see that. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. But absolutely none of this is acceptable or makes sense to me. I think it's gross. I think it's a disrespect to the nephew. I think that not only by the uncle, but by the young lady as well. And he just laughs at it and says, "Did you see her? You just looking at a young girl." I mean, it seems perverted to me. I'm grabbing my bag, Diva. I'm gonna jump off. I'll do a tuck and roll. I learned something from Felicia tonight. Wayne's okay with. Oh my goodness. I'm on a train of Trump supporters. I'm good, Diva.
Break.
Hold on, Katrina. In my opinion,
The
your
real
daughter.
man.
I thought I was gonna have to jump out the train too. First of all, I listened to what he said. He said, "Did you see her?" I fell in love at first sight. That's not love, my dear. That's lust.
Come on, talk
He
to me.
fell in lust. Okay. He said, I went to him and asked him, was it okay? He said, sure, Pastor Kvassier. It's awkward at the family gatherings. Why is it awkward if he told you it was okay? Because it's not okay. And everybody looking at you with this little girl that could be your daughter, and you prancing her around talking about something, you fell in love. No, he didn't fall in love. This disgusting behavior. This is what I'm talking about. We cannot be okay with these grown men that's half their age going to these babies and taking them as they women. It's disgusting. That means you are a pedophile undercover. I can't do it.
Diva, you're gonna have to give us some data. I didn't know this was an underage woman.
I didn't either, and I said age appropriate.
No. Hold on. She's not underage. She's of age, but it's still she's of an age that could be his daughter. But we're gonna move forward.
Well, wait a minute, because I'd like to be consistent. Okay, 20 years ago, he was 40, about 41 or 42. That's why I asked you, is he still with this woman? And he said his nephew. So I'm going to gather his nephew was a dating age. Just give him 16. I'm going to say nephew might have been 16, 17, 18. So was the nephew and this girl dating for a couple of minutes, and then he was dating someone who was just basically legal, just turned legal. And if you can find out some more information, I will come back and amend my response. I wasn't thinking that this wasn't a full adult woman, because who's to say that the nephew wasn't dating somebody older? I don't know.
Yeah, I was coming from the angle of he was 21. Thank you, increased managers. The nephew was 21. Thank you. And he was 45. You know what? Thank you, y'all, for that information chat. My angle was from 18 is legal. She was in her 20s. Okay. Listen, my angle is it's your nephew's ex. What are we doing here? It could be your daughter. What are we doing here? She was fine. You should have seen her. What are we doing here? I'm going to move forward into the next story. And the next story is the 6-year-old who, unfortunately, you know, the family, houseless, homeless, and they left her. Let me share a screen so we can get into the story.
So, you don't know if you live nearby here? You don't? Okay. You don't know mommy and daddy's name? Okay, what's mommy's name?
Kwana.
Kwana? But why did mommy and daddy drop you off by yourself?
Because they had to go somewhere.
They had to go somewhere? So, did they tell you they would be back?
No, I don't think so.
So you don't know?
No.
So how long have you been here?
Just for a minute, I just came.
I thought that you said that you've been here since morning.
No, I woke up and I just came here.
Okay, from where though?
From a city.
Cool.
These should fit you perfectly.
To
These are
protect it.
brand new.
Okay, girl.
Here, I'll hold her while you talk to her, okay? Where are those wipes I got you? There we go.
So what about school? Are you in school?
No.
You're not in school?
No, I might be in homeschool.
You're gonna be homeschooled?
Yeah.
So you've never been to school before? And how old are you?
6.
You're 6?
My son's 7.
They walked you to the park? Both mommy and daddy?
Mm-hmm.
And did they tell you they were gonna be back? No? Okay. Yeah, we're gonna take you for a ride.
Would that be fun? Tell them they better turn the lights on so you can see them.
Help you out.
All right, you guys good?
Yeah. No, we just wanted to make sure she was okay.
Yeah. All her vitals are checking out well.
Okay. All right, you ready?
All right, dear.
What's your puppy's name again?
Ghost.
Ghost you.
So Ghost can't ride in the police car, but you're gonna see Ghost once you get done. Once we get done with our ride, you'll get to see Ghost after that. Okay. All right. So I'll hold on to Ghost. She's gonna ride with Deputy Martin over there. You wanna walk her?
Come on, let's go see Deputy Martin. Come on, Deputy Martin. Where's Martin? Martin. Are we going with you?
Yes.
This is Deputy Martin. He's my friend. Okay.
You know how to put your seatbelt on?
It somehow made sense to me. This was kid on the side of the road.
No, we're homeless and we live in the forest.
What does all have to do with leaving a kid on the side of the fucking road?
She got out of where she was at, where we were
Chain
staying
your
at.
kid up like a dog to you?
No, I didn't.
I have no clue.
I was trying to go get water.
No, that's not what I'm trying to.
I was trying to go get water and food. We have just been going through a rough time.
You stand over here. We'll talk to you. Okay. Yeah.
I'm sure after. And
Oh shoot, I clicked out of the wrong one. Hold on 1 second. Let me just go. I made a mistake and clicked out the wrong one. Okay, let me just share screen again. So 2 charged after 6-year-old found wandering alone in Daytona Park with the dog. We'll just take another quick listen.
They were wandering in a woman's front yard. This all happened Friday near Van Park in Deltona. The child's mother that you see in the video and her boyfriend are now facing child and animal abandonment charges. Channel 9 Volusia County reporter Demi Johnson with the story.
This is a glimpse of the horrible conditions the 6-year-old girl was living in with her mom and her mom's boyfriend. The pair is now facing child and animal abandonment charges after the child was found wandering in the front yard of a home in Deltona with her dog.
They walked you to the park, both mommy and daddy? And did they tell you they were going to be back?
Deputies say the little girl was homeless and had never been to school before. She told neighbors she was hot, thirsty, and hungry. They brought her clean clothes, food, water, and toys. First responders then took the child's vitals to make sure she was okay.
Yeah, we're going to take you for a ride.
Would that be fun?
Deputies later determined the child was dropped off in the area in the morning and had been alone until a woman found her sitting in a chair in her carport just after 4 p.m.
Is the kid on side where
No, we're homeless and we live in the fort.
Deputies tracked down the couple Saturday around 1 a.m. and they were both arrested. The little girl's grandparents are now in the process of getting custody. Reporting in Volusia County, Demi Johnson, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Julius, your thoughts?
Why was that baby out there in the first place? That's what I want to know. That baby shouldn't have been out there. Grandmama and Papa should have had her right away. But you know, with some people they are too prideful. And I understand, but you left your child alone outside, making people concerned. In that video, it showed the person was very nice, was very nice, asking the child basic questions, not to cause her stress or anything else, right? But you decided to go and charge your phones and leave that baby unattended. Yes, I know homelessness is a problem. Trust me, I understand. However, that baby was on that sidewalk alone. What? Folks are going to say, oh, she had a dog. I don't care. That child, by the article, it said only 6 years old, right? Correct? 6 years old?
Mm-hmm. Never been to school.
And we always used to say, why is your 6-year-old not by your side? If you went to go and charge your phones, that child should have been right behind you. Common sense would have said that.
Thank you, Julius. Felicia, your thoughts?
I am so sorry. This is a real heartbreaker here. Heartbreaker. I think what happened was that they told her to stay in the woods. And she left the area.
Yeah.
And she decided she wasn't going to leave the dog because she knows what it is to be left behind.
Come on now. Wow.
And she brought the dog. You see, the dog has some kind of rope around his neck. So it looks like she may have gotten that rope from somewhere, like a clothesline or something, to keep the dog together. But because of that, she was found and she was noticed. I don't know how long those people have been living out there. And they can go back out in those woods, but that little girl's not going with them. Not no more. To God the glory.
Yeah.
She's not going there no more.
And
we see this is in Florida. It was pretty dark. I guess someone else who's from Florida could kind of estimate what time it was, but it seems like they waited quite a while for these people to show up. And they didn't until it looked like maybe 9-10 o'clock at night. So she pretty much had to fend for herself. And I'm so glad that the goodness of people was who came to her. Good people, protective people who fed her and gave her something to drink and made her feel comfortable. because she was hungry. She was hot. She said she was hot. Probably left the woods to come out.
Yeah.
So I wish her the best of what life has for her future, for her development, for her growth. Oh, that's glory there that got her out.
Yes, it is.
I'm done.
And for a girl that never been to school, because she was pretty smart. She said, I'm 6, I'm about to be 7. Said, I don't go to school. And she said, yeah, I know my mother's name. And that dog helped protected her as much as she's protecting that dog. She said Ghost, okay? She wanted Ghost to come with her. Katrina, your thoughts? The pets are loyal.
Especially dogs.
Yes.
As Felicia was saying, yes, maybe this was meant to happen that way. Because a lot of things could have happened to her on those streets. She could have been picked up. She could have been SA'd. She could have been taken into the dark web. A lot of things could have happened, but it didn't. So maybe that's the reason why she was out there, because living and actually, like you said, she was very smart. So somebody was teaching her something. But maybe she wandered off. Maybe that was her blessing in disguise. Maybe God does things for a good reason. And now the grandparents would have her. Hopefully they're not living in a tent. They're living in a house, because a lot of things could have happened to this little girl, and by God's grace it didn't. And maybe this is the better outcome for her. Maybe the parents was too prideful to ask for help because they was homeless. I don't know. I don't know their situation. But no, they should have never left that child alone. But as them leaving her alone, they gave that child a way to escape, and now she probably have a better life. And I just hope her all the well, and good luck to the grandparents, and I hope she grew up to be something that she would be proud to be. That's all I got.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And listen, oh yes, you a good boy, Ghost. Yes, yes. And listen, and you right. I'm glad this turned out the way it did, because she didn't even have any underclothes on. This thing was sad. Wayne, your thoughts?
You know, my thing is that if they had taken the girl with them, guess what? That night she'd be back there in the woods with them. I'm not gonna pass judgment on these people, because, as like people say, if you live in a tin can, you want your children, even though you may not be able to provide the best for them or provide for them, you still want them. So fortunately, it turned out this way. But if she was hungry, don't you think that dog was hungry? Don't you think a dog got more sense? And I'm talking about smell. And I think the dog led him to where he smelled some food. Because it looked like the dog would be like pulling her towards. She didn't know where to go. I think this dog guided her to where there was some food wasn't, and there were people. You know, I'm not saying for that reason. I'm just saying they were hungry. So the dog is like, hey, maybe he started wandering and she got him and just followed the dog, But I'm not going to pass judgment on these people, because I don't know how they got in that situation. They're by the grace of God go, I have never been in that situation. But it turned out good. It turned out good. Hopefully the child, gets a good education, move on. Hopefully the parents might be able to get some assistance and stuff to get off the street, So I'm not going to say they're bad parents. It's just they made bad decisions in a bad situation. That's it.
Oh, did my screen shifted? Who didn't go?
Savannah, Felicia.
Okay, Savannah.
Myself and in my opinion, you can go to in my opinion. That's
in my opinion. Your thoughts?
So this ain't prideful. This neglectful.
Come on now.
And I ain't gonna give these people no credit, okay? Because there ain't no credit to give. Whatever the situation is, and I'm speaking this from being homeless with my kids. I ain't go nowhere my kids can't go. That's a part of being a mother, okay? And I wouldn't have had my kids out in the woods. I tell you, it's too many times we see stuff happen and we say, oh, well, we ain't gonna judge this person. We ain't gonna judge this person. Well, when we don't judge them, we lose our children. We lose our youth. They our future. They're gonna be the next doctors, lawyers, teachers, presidents, all that. They're gonna be the next generation. And if we don't look out for each other and these children growing up, we ain't gonna have a future to look forward to. Yes, that girl was very smart. She didn't have on any underclothes. She was staying in the woods. That baby was hungry and thirsty. They picked her up at about 3 o'clock and they didn't find the parents till 1 something in the morning. Where were you going for water that long? You can't pee on me and tell me it's raining. It don't make sense. Now, I want them to serve some time. Okay, because she sounded like she was drugged up or drunk or something when she was talking. Her words were slurred and everything. I want her locked up. This is neglect. And by the grace of God, God kept his hands on this baby and guided her to where she could get some help. Thank you, Lord, for that. Because it could have been a lot worse.
Thank you. In my opinion, Savannah, your thoughts?
In my opinion, and I am riding on the same train tonight, this is absolutely two lazy adults being neglectful. And it looks like they're living off of a state check from this baby who has never been to school, doesn't look like she's well taken care of, or her hair, she didn't look clean at all. So thank goodness that her guardian angel guided her to that porch. And there was someone with compassion and really looked out for her. Volusia County or anywhere in Florida, but there is such a high level of child abductions and other things that happen to children that are heartbreaking in that county. And then they have the nerve to live in the woods in South Florida where it is hot as Hades. There's snakes, gators, mosquitoes. There's so many diseases this poor baby could have had because of two neglectful, lazy parents who couldn't find themselves a McDonald's application and go make some money and be able to afford a room or a hotel stay for their baby. So I hope the parents do look out for the grandparents do look out for this baby because they should have been there a long time ago.
I agree with you. Thank you, Savannah. Did anybody not get a chance to speak on this story? All right, everybody spoke. All right, I'm going to go ahead and roll right into the last story. And the last story is this general manager who wanted to send pictures of himself, his private area, to people that didn't want it. And now he's in big trouble. He's fired. Well, he resigned before they could fire him, but his name is Mud. So Tiger's assistant GM Sam resigns from job amid sexual misconduct allegations. Tiger's assistant general manager Sam quit his job with the ball club last Thursday, just as the Tigers were about to fire the front office executive amid an investigation into claims he sent lewd photos to female staffers. According to The Athletic, they spoke with 3 women who claimed they received unsolicited photos of the now 34-year-old genitals back to as early as 2017. Two of them worked for the MLB team, while the other worked in baseball, but not for the Motor City squad. The pictures were allegedly sent via Snapchat, which automatically deletes images after they're seen. In a statement, the team said once they were made aware of the allegations, the club promptly completed an investigation. Before the club could terminate Sam, he resigned. This type of behavior is contrary to our standards and has absolutely no place within our organization. We have a positive and safe culture for our colleagues and will continue to emphasize respect, inclusion, and professionalism. As for why the allegations didn't come to light sooner, one of the alleged victims told the outlet it was unlikely people would have believed the claim made against the longtime baseball executive. It's like no one says anything because who is going to believe them when they say Sam did this? It's not like a bat boy or a security guard. It's Sam. Sam got his start in big leagues as an intern with the New York Mets before joining the Tigers in 2012. As a baseball operations intern, he became the director of baseball operations pro scouting in 2019 before being named assistant GM in 2021. Sam did not publicly comment on these allegations. Listen, you worked your way up from an intern. You have got to be dumb, stupid, or both to mess with your hard work like that. In a moment, you're going to send some unsolicited pictures and now you're done. Julius, your thoughts?
If nothing happened, nothing happened. But you know what? They call it the good old boy network for a reason. And they always want to look out for each other because they do the same things. Honestly, I think in this day and time, everything that all these famous people, higher ups and stuff is doing, it's all coming out.
Thank you, Julia. Savannah, your thoughts?
Diva, you can skip me on this story. We have a rainstorm coming in and you were breaking up.
Okay. In my opinion, your thoughts?
Another nasty, disgusting story. Let me tell you something. You have to be careful of everybody. The people at work, the people in your family. There are some nasty, disgusting people in this world. For you to do this at your job, though, he was both stupid and slow. And he effed around and found out. Now I hope they sue him too. I don't want him just to lose his job. I want them to sue him too.
Thank you, in my opinion. Katrina, your thoughts?
He's not stupid and slow. He knew exactly what he was doing. He just thought that because he had that position, he can do what he wants to do and he can get away with it. But the tables was turned when they went and reported him, which is totally sick. I mean, he is a nice looking guy. So man, you could have just went out and got you a girlfriend. Don't nobody want to see nothing that's not unwanted. This is totally ridiculous and sick. This is just pathetic. And if you can do this and thinking that you can get away with it because of who you are, that's another problem. And that's the problem that we are having in this society, that these people think because they have the big names, the money, they can do and say and get away with whatever. And all that stuff need to come to an end. You had messed up. You was a GM of a baseball team. Oh my God. I mean, how sick could you be? Send them to yourself. Don't send them to nobody else. But he was getting off because he was sending them to these women. And I hope he was sending them to the women's, but it doesn't matter, regardless if he's sending them to women or men. It doesn't matter. He shouldn't have been sending them at all. And now he had resigned. And I doubt if they could sue him because he had resigned. But police will come in and let me know if they could. But it's just ridiculous and sick and pathetic. And to lose your job over something like that, I hope you kept your money up. That's all I got, Diva.
Thank you. Wayne, your thoughts?
You know, in the words of Maya Angelou, when somebody show you who they are, believe them. That's it.
Felicia, your thoughts?
Hey, listen, yo, I don't know what's going to happen to this man. But this I do know. Just because you left the job does not mean that people cannot sue you for having exposed them to unwanted materials. But as with Savannah, I was losing connection too. I couldn't hear you. So did he send it to people's laptops, official laptops?
He sent it to an app, that Snapchat, where when you send the picture, after a while it will what is it? It'll disappear.
It's gonna delete itself. Snapchat
Yeah.
only be there for a second. It's gone. So if they try to sue him, they ain't got no proof unless somebody screenshot it.
Well, maybe they did. You get a piece of nasty pornography in there like that. I agree with opinion. You can't go to work. You can't go to church. Can't go to the park. You can't go anywhere. All this
and they can't sue that. All they got to do is describe it. I done seen the case of it.
Yeah, God, I don't even. Oh, it's just so disgusting. That's disgusting. That's more disgusting to me than Damon Wayans going out with the nephew girlfriend. But it's just it's unfortunate because a lot of people at work do this stuff. Let's talk about STD Jeffrey Madry and the lieutenant woman. She's over there getting naked in the office and bootying up, and then they're sending the videos out. And I don't know if your subscribers and the folks in the chat know that she later on filed another lawsuit because she said these videos is all out here on the street. Remember that? So they have left the police department and they're on the street. And now she wants to sue someone. So I think Diva gives really good advice. Don't take no pictures, even from the neck down. Don't do it. And just, keep your personal business. And I know the people that were working with this man, they're plenty happy. They probably threw a party because we know this wasn't the first time. We know he spoke to people inappropriately. We know he probably was going around rubbing himself and feeling himself and showing up naked. Because, these people into sports and into the locker room kind of thing. So he was just gross all the way around. So they're like, yeah, good, he's gone. And I'm happy for them. I'm done.
Just like the doctor.
Yes,
walking
like the
around
doctor.
naked.
Oh yeah, that doctor. Oh my gosh. You know what? With the sad, the right word is not, coming to me right now, but I'm gonna just go ahead and say the sadness. The sadness with this is, you big dummy. You started out as an intern. You worked your way up. And because you couldn't control your sexual desires, wants, or whatever, needs or whatever, you lost everything just like that. And like the woman said, but eventually somebody spoke up and said something. She said, who was going to believe us? It was Sam. Because a lot of times these people have two sides to them, or maybe even three. Where everybody in work say, oh, yeah, come on, he is self-destructive. Yes, increased matter. Thanks for those words. Self-destructive. Yeah. And wait, Q said, hey, Q, I know a lady who lost her job because her husband was watching porn on her work. Oh, my gosh. On her work devices. So him doing that at work, he won't get away that easy. And that person that that husband, you disgusting jerk, and now my name is Mud because of you. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. This addiction, this sex addiction, is terrible. It's destroying lives. Bad behavior, people.
What did you ever follow up on that the story about the cop that was watching the corn and he hit the
No, I would
he had
have
an
to look
accident? Did you ever follow up on that one?
No, I would have to look that up. I remember that story too. But listen, people, bad behavior. These parents are arrested, but you know what? To God be the glory with this 60-year-old. And I hope Ghost got a home too. And I hope they gave Ghost something to eat. But just imagine this whole time, that poor little girl, no underclothes on, no baths, no hair washes, no food, sleeping with bugs probably crawling all over her. Ghost saved her. And so did God. Amen and amen and amen to that. And that dog was very calm.
Amen to that.
Yeah. Amen. Damon Wayans. I'm just saying, you know what? We look up to our aunties, our uncles, our moms, our dads. And when your own uncle is even asking you, can I date somebody you previously dated? It's just a mess. And this guy saying, all I can say is, you big dummy. Come on now, Q. Yes, ghosts and the Holy Ghost. Ain't that something? I just got to chill. That dog was calm. She wanted to know, was her dog coming with her? Because that dog, she probably, because it was 2 tents. So I'm picturing they let that little girl sleep in a tent by herself every night. Oh my God, to God be the glory that she's out of that situation. Listen, guys, y'all know the routine. If y'all didn't hit that like button on the way in, hit it on the way out. Good night and goodbye, everybody. Choo choo. I hear your whistle.